Hello friends! In the summer of the year 2019 are going to happen two eclipses. The first one is a total solar eclipse and will happen on the July the 2nd. It is the new moon at the same time as it is always when solar eclipse happens. And the second one is going to be a full moon. This is a lunar eclipse, partial lunar eclipse, and will happen on the 16th of July. Even though the second eclipse is partial, we will maybe feel it stronger than the first one. Nevertheless, both are very important and very significant in a different way. So let's speak about them. These eclipses are some kind of continuation of that what was happening and being prepared in the summer 2018. I recorded a video on that. You can find it on YouTube under the name Changing Time, the meaning of eclipses summer 2018. We live in the time of big changes and transformations. That what is transforming is a collective consciousness, first of all. And then we are also transforming as individuals, each of us in a different way. And things are getting more and more intense. So there is this other video that I would like to recommend to you, and it is about the transit of lunar nodes. The name of this video is New Direction Lunar Nodes on the Cancer-Capricorn axis. I explained there are many things that I'm not going to repeat now, but those eclipses are connected with the transit of lunar nodes. Simply saying, if we say that lunar nodes are transiting through Cancer and Capricorn sign, that means that eclipses will happen in these signs during the period of 1.5 years approximately. In the past years, I wrote several articles and I recorded a few videos about interpretation of eclipses, especially from the point of view of astrological psychology and spiritual astrology, but there are not many in English. There is one, my old video in English, and I recommend you today. The name of it is Astrology, Eclipses and Our Spiritual Path. So you can look at it if you wish to understand why are eclipses important for spiritual astrology. So let's first speak about the first eclipse. This is the new moon that is happening on July the 2nd, 2019 at the 10th degree of Cancer. Who will feel it in the most strong way? Those will be people who have planets, let's say between the 5th and the 15th degree of Cancer or Capricorn. And this means not that they have only Sun around those degrees, but will also affect people who have Moon, Venus, Mars, Mercury, Saturn, Jupiter, or native lunar nodes around those degrees, and will also affect those who have ascendant, descendant, or other important horoscope points around the 5th or the 15th degree of Cancer and Capricorn. If you want, you can go to my webpage, symbolicthinking.net. You will find there that I offer a course of astrology. It is online course of astrology. Only first lesson is now already on the internet. Others will be during this month, during May. So this first lesson is for free. You can see this lesson and you can calculate your own horoscope with the help of the program AstroCom and with the help of that first lesson. And that's how you will learn where you have important points, cardinal points in your horoscope. And that's how you will know if this eclipse will affect you. So during this eclipse, Sun and Moon will be in conjunction with the North Node. This is Rahu, as it is called by Indians. This is generally considered more positive than when eclipse is happening in conjunction with the Ketu. That is going to be the case of the next eclipse on the 16th of July. But this first one is with Rahu, North Node, and can be quite good one, if it's possible to have a good eclipse. In a way, of course, yes. So each eclipse is a very dramatic event. Ancient people studied them very closely and followed them carefully. They discovered that eclipses are happening in a series of 1,000 years. And they discovered that the meaning of one eclipse is repeated in 1,000 years until it's exhausted. So we are in the process of some reincarnation process that is not only about us. All of us in our lives are part of some big waves that are changing the state of consciousness, not only in us, but generally in the being. But we can speak about that now, today. Just it is important to know that these are huge things that are happening with eclipses, and in this lifetime, in the life of individuals, they can bring changes, sometimes in such a way that our lives change and we are in a completely opposite position that we were before the eclipse, like 180 degrees difference. So let's say one was, for example, free, and then suddenly after the eclipse he was married, or somebody wanted to change his job or professional life, he could not do it. Suddenly eclipses come and that changes dramatically and things like that. This solar eclipse in Cancer will be very emotional, as this sign is deeply emotional. Moon is the ruler of Cancer. So moon, one of the symbols of the moon is masses of people, so people, generally just people. And we see that people are on the streets in many countries of the world. For example, in France, people are demonstrating since January approximately 2019. That was when one eclipse happened already in January 2019. And this energy will finish in the summer now in 2019. New paradigm will start in the summer 2019 and finish in the January 2020. So it is also about those demonstrations that now is going to start a new wave. Demonstrations are happening in Serbia, where I am coming from, or in many other countries. And this eclipse actually symbolizes the gap, that the gap between masses and the rulers of the world is bigger and bigger, of the rulers of the state. So the gap is growing. Since the sun and the moon are well expected in this during this eclipse, well expected with other large planets, it is assumed that with the effect of this eclipse, that the effect of this eclipse can be good enough, or there can be some good solutions found. Maybe people will not suffer that more. Maybe there are not going to be that much dead people as they were, especially in France, or things like that. In the lives of individuals, this eclipse brings changes in the emotional sphere of life. Now I have many Cancer clients, and they often are dealing with their origin, with their family matters, or they are solving their inner life questions by analyzing their past or their youth or their very early ages or the origins of their family and things like that. Everyone who has planets on dimension points with this eclipse will deal maybe with the houses, solving some other family issues and things similar to the symbolism of Cancer. I always say that you can have planets on around the degree where eclipse is happening, but you do not need to react extremely strong, and you will most probably not react strong if you are a well-integrated person and if you are conscious of your life and your spiritual development. If you're such person, then this eclipse is like any other eclipse, will not change you dramatically. You will just go one step further. But if you are not such person, if you are trying to stay in the position that is status quo, or you do not understand why you are here, or do not understand that your life has a meaning and that you are somehow called to fulfill that meaning. If you don't understand that, then these eclipses can move you suddenly into completely new direction. So the second eclipse. The second eclipse is a full moon on July 16th, and it is happening around the 24th degree of Capricorn. We said it's a partial lunar eclipse. This is a very dramatic one. This eclipse can bring troubles, I have to say. This eclipse is happening very close to the planet Pluto, in the same sign where is South Node Ketu and the Capricorn, and the Saturn. 24 degree is very important degree, because in this degree Jupiter and Pluto will meet in the 2020. So this eclipse now will open the paradigm that will be completely clear and um, perceived in a way by people in January 2020. So something starts now which will culminate in 2020, and in 2020 we will see some manifestation of this, especially in January. And from January of the 2020 on, we can say that new world order started. We can say it like that, you know. This is this big fight now that is happening. It is going into the last phase. I will record other videos. I'm not going to speak now more about these conjunctions in the 2020, but there are two conjunctions in January 2020 when is happening a new eclipse also. So that's why this month can be very important and the key month for changes in the political and economic sphere and domination in this sphere of the domination in the world. So let's go back to the summer eclipse in Capricorn. It is possible that long hidden secrets will be revealed, that there are going to be political scandals or a lot of scandals. Maybe you say that this is continuously happening. Yes, but this eclipse in the summer 2019 will open until January 2020 new secrets. It's new. It's more important than it was before. So what is happening when eclipse is close to the planet Pluto? Wherever is Pluto, there is control. So basically, Pluto is saying that those who rule the world are controlled by Pluto. So there are groups, I don't want to mention them who they are, who are ruling the world for 350 years already. And it's time for them to go. They can't use people in the same way and other people resources as they did before. So this is what Pluto is saying to them. But they don't want to go. So they're using the same energy of Pluto to control others who want to grow, who want to bring something new into this world. And also they control people who realize that something completely new we need in order to live freely, to use new technology in a proper way, to develop our lives and so on. So Pluto controls like this, you know, controls those and then those control those and then those and so on. But we know that if there is a lot of control, then there is a greater chance of losing control of another. So we will see what is happening with this. But definitely because eclipse is happening with conjunction with the south node, something have to be let go, released, something have to leave from the stage. Pluto is in Capricorn since the year 2008, and actually since that time Pluto is saying this what we were describing now. Yes, so let's say what is else important. Yeah, let's say in the life of individuals who will feel this eclipse strongly. Those will be people who have planets around the 24th degree of Capricorn, Cancer, Libra, and Aries. So let's say from the 20th until the 29th degree of any cardinal signs. In a negative sense, this may mean a lack of self-respect. First of all, this eclipse can show this to those people who have planets or important points there. But if the eclipse shows the lack of self-respect, there is a chance to change that. So that's the good thing. So it can help people, this eclipse can help people to release of relationships and situations if they were discouraged or manipulated by others. This eclipse can provoke, of course, losses of various types, but also purification and psychological transformation later on. In any case, it teaches us to let go of things. With Pluto and South Node, it is important to learn to trust the process and to let go. This is the most important thing that I can tell you about this eclipse. Who does that? That one will in the years to come be like born again. In the years, let's say 2021. So this can bring new life. So I suggest to, sorry for this coughing. I suggest to all of you to be very clean in the June and July 2019, to avoid alcohol, to be introspective, and to listen to that what the universe is saying. I'm sure that there are going to be very, very important messages. And that's all basically for now. I'm here recording this video on the beautiful Mediterranean island. It was raining and it is going to be storm later on, but I hope you enjoyed the view on those palms. If you want personal consultations with me, we can get in touch. All contacts are below this video on YouTube. On my website symbolicthinking.net, you can see which types of consultancy I offer. You will see that I work with astrological psychology, spiritual astrology, with Thetahealing, which is a method of removing inner blockages and programs, and that I also offer consultations based on Feng Shui. So if you like the video, you like it, subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it very much. We can also connect via Facebook if you wish, and I see you soon. So enjoy the summer, no matter how dramatic it can be.